Again, DB here. This is July the 19th, 2010, Monday evening. I wanted to cover a subject that seems to have been put on the back burner in this country, and it pertains to all of us here in the United States and around the world as far as that goes. And it is the war on terror. War on terror. Not a war on a nation, but the war on terror. You know, the one we're spending billions of dollars on every time you turn around. Real quick, the definition of terrorism. Just happen to have a dictionary handy. 1, the act of terrorizing or the state of being terrorized. 2, unlawful acts of violence committed in an attempt to overthrow a government. And 3, a system of government that rules by intimidation. Now, I submit to you the third definition is the key one here. As it pertains to our own United States government at this point, which is totally controlled, corrupted by the Federal Reserve System, which has indebted this nation and its citizenry to the tune of oblivion, where we are headed. Financial terrorism through acts of the Federal Reserve and banking systems of the world, not just this nation, of the world. They are terrorizing the citizenry of the United States of America as well as the rest of the world's nations around the world, citizens of all nations. You're all directly affected by this system, and it's totally corrupted all the governments of the world, which has ended up putting all citizens worldwide into a wage slave system. It's a feudal system reborn from the Dark Ages, from the Middle Ages, the feudal system. That's what it is. But the main point of my video now is to discuss the war on terror. The war on terror. That makes no sense. The war on terror. We're going to go kill thousands and thousands of people in another country. I mean the United States military, under direct orders of the United States government. Commander-in-Chief Barack Obama, a.k.a. Barris Toro. We know the deal. Okay. Now, look. We're right now expanded into a nation. Afghanistan, folks. Quick history lesson on Afghanistan. Alexander the Great in the 330s BC, he bypassed Afghanistan instead of conquering it. There was a good reason, because he didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose his army in the mountains of Afghanistan. So he didn't go in. He went to India instead. Genghis Khan from the Mongol steppes. He also bypassed Afghanistan. Two bright military minds. They knew not to go into Afghanistan, and they didn't. And they accomplished their agenda without doing that, didn't they? Modern times. Soviet Union, remember them? The superpower, the Cold War villain. Well, they went into Afghanistan, didn't they? They spent 10 years in there. And they came out as not a superpower any longer. And that's right where the United States government is taking this country right now, on the boogeyman war of terror that's happening. Look, it's a war, hypothetically, it can't be won. There's no objective. There's no country to conquer and win and stick your flag in the ground and say, we won, you lost, the war's over, and go home. No, that can't be done. This is a war that has been contrived by the New World Order, powers that be, son of a bitches that they are, have contrived. Its only goal is to bankrupt this nation. There's nothing being accomplished there except bankrupting this nation and attempting to go after any of the resources in that nation or that area of the world that the government, the New World Order deems necessary for this government to get its hands on. That's all it is. It's not a war that can ever be won. It's not a nation. Geographically, it's not a nation that there can be any victory in. You know, the ancients knew that. The Russians found that out. The Soviet Union found that out. And we, as a country, are going to find that out, too. It's just a matter of time. And with Satoru spending the money that he's borrowing from China right now for a healthcare takeover and all this other contrived crap, it's not going to be long. We are going to be a nation that has no future. We're to the point now that if we don't bring our troops back from the foreign soils around the world and put them down on our Mexican border, taking care of our sovereignty where they should be by the legal intent of the Constitution of the United States, defending the citizens of the United States on our borders is where they should be. Congress needs to make legislation restricting this unconstitutional war on the boogeyman, terrorism. They need to stop financial terrorism against their own citizens, and we need to focus on getting ourselves out of there. You know, there's going to be no good come of it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So, you know, let's all make an attempt to refocus on getting this war on terrorism ended, since it's a total contrived bunch of bullshit to begin with. That's one step in the right direction if we could pull together and do that. I'm pretty sick of it. It's been out of focus. News media hardly even touches it anymore. The Ministry of Propaganda, the AP and Reuters and all the other bullshit companies that happen to call themselves news agencies. Anyway, folks, that's all I've got to say about it tonight. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening.